Hey guys, it has been a while. I have been busy, to say the least, but I finally have some time, obviously with my baby girl sleeping, wrapped to me. This is probably her favourite position. She loves to be worn and feel close, and it's just so sweet, and I can wrap her up like this and actually do some stuff. But anyway, today I wanted to come on here because I wanted to do a real candid, not planned, just update of the first month with Athena. She is 1 month old now, which is so crazy to say, but also it feels like a lifetime ago that I was pregnant. But I guess time kind of does that, where you feel like it's going fast and super slow at the same time. But yeah, let's start with the positives. Honestly, Athena is honestly the best baby, I feel like. I mean, I haven't had any other babies and I haven't had that much experience with babies, but she is so good. She sleeps between feeds, cries only when she's trying to tell me something, like she's hungry usually. And yeah, I just feed her and she sleeps like this, and she's so cute. This morning I was feeding her, I think it was around 2:30 in the morning, and she gave me the cutest little smile when I picked her up, and it's those moments that really, there's nothing like it. They always say that, you know, there's nothing like a parent's love for their child, and it's those moments that really, I feel that. I get it now. Before you know, you can't get it, but now that I have her, I get it. But yeah, the first month has been a lot. I'm not gonna lie, it's not all been great. It's been very, very, very challenging for both Ryan and I. They say that it's hard, but you don't get it until you are in those shoes. And yeah, it is full 24/7 job. And before parenthood, you know, you get to just think about yourself, really. And you think about, even when people come into your life, like a significant other or friends, you think about yourself in relation to them. But when you have a baby, you don't think about yourself, you think about them and yourself in relation to them. Like, how can you best be for them? At least that's my experience. And like, they are the main character and you are participating. I don't know if that's right or not, but that's how I feel. And it's a full-time job. I guess I was thinking, and I was reflecting on my journal the other day, and I was like, why is this so... I guess I was having a hard time, and I didn't really realize why. And it was just this realization that came to me where in life there are stages, right? You have high school, and you know, you turn 18, you graduate, you go to whatever you want, I guess a job, or you go to university, and that has an expiration, it's 4 years or whatever, next promotion. Even pregnancy, it was really difficult, but you get to the end, you say 9 months, 9.5 months, 10 months, that is the end, and then it will be over. When you become a parent, it's not over, ever. And you certainly don't want it to be over, but there was this realization that this is a lifelong thing. For as long as I'm alive, there is no end date. There is no, this will be over. And not that I want it to be, but it was just daunting in a way. And it's funny that it hit me, you know, after she was born, because I knew that, you know, you get told this is a really big commitment, this is lifelong, but there's a difference between being told and really understanding, really realizing. So I think I was going through a little bit of a difficulty kind of wrapping my head around that and what that means in my life. You know, postpartum sucks. It's really hard. cares. Nobody cares, I feel like. And I know that's not true. I have a lot of people in my life that care, but nobody really asks, like, how I'm doing. It's just, like, always about everything else. And it's all, I just feel like I have to do everything for everyone, and I know I put that on myself, and I kind of do have to do everything for Athena, and I love her so much. It's a really hard adjustment, and I'm in pain all the time, and I just want to do the things that I like, but I can't, and it's just so tough. And I just feel like today I went for a pedicure, and I was looking forward to it. It's like the first time I could actually do something that I kind of wanted to do, and I was in a good mood, and then I was going to go back to diving and try some things, but the pedicure was so painful, and the lady was terrible, and it just kind of triggered all these emotions, because I was looking forward to something just for me, and it was awful. And then, I don't know, I didn't realize that I was feeling like this. I feel like I've been suppressing it for a while, just so I can be, strong for Athena and for Ryan, and I don't know, for myself. But I'm struggling. And just being extremely tired all the time. I mean, I wake up every 2 to 3 hours to feed her, and that in itself has been really difficult, just because it's this realization that I can't sleep through the night, and I love sleeping, so getting myself out of bed to do that has been an adjustment, but again, you get used to it just like anything else. I have switched from breastfeeding to expressing, so pumping, and I use the Medela double swing max or something. I really like it. It looks like this. This is the little pump part, and then it has some tubes, and it links up to these pumping things that have a bottle, and it collects the milk. So I have to pump every time that she would feed. So I pump for 20 minutes, and I do both at the same time. So I have to pump and then feed her, which usually takes an hour-ish, an hour and a half maybe sometimes, in the night, and throughout the day as well. So I have to time that pumping and feeding her, so I can't pump and feed her at the same time, just because they're kind of clunky and in the way, but Ryan can feed her when he's available, and usually I time it pretty well, so it's okay. But I made that decision, and in the beginning I was quite, I guess, feeling guilty. They talk about mum guilt, and I guess I was feeling that, is this the right decision? I feel like a bad mum. Should I just stick to breastfeeding exclusively and stuff like that? But I made that decision quite early on, and it was more for my mental health and my well-being, because I found breastfeeding really hard, which I've heard it's very hard in the beginning. But my main purpose for breastfeeding was to give her the milk, and I'm still able to do that with the pumping and the bottle feeding. So I just remind myself of that. I know that there is a big element of bonding that comes with breastfeeding, but I do a lot of skin to skin, and I spend a lot of time with her, and I think we have a really great connection and a lot of bonding. Even when I bottle feed her, we make great eye contact and stuff like that. So, now that I've settled into this decision that I made, it's been really good, and every journey, every relationship, every parenting choice is different. Nothing is the same, and it's just what works best for us, and this is working best for us. So that is something that I decided in this first month. My personal body healing and everything, The scar has healed quite nicely. I'm very lucky. I had no infections or anything like that. I tried to wean myself off the pain medication quite early on. Thinking back now to how much pain I was in is crazy. I kind of blocked it out just to get, you know, through everyday tasks, but it was really, really painful. Like, I couldn't stand up or walk. For those who don't know, I had an emergency C-section, so it was a little different, but just thinking about myself now, like hobbling around the house to do things, it was extremely painful, and I'm grateful now that it's gone. But every now and then I do still get a little twinges, but nothing crazy. Most of the time I feel completely normal, and I'm really eager to get back into working out, but I'm not cleared yet, and I know that I have to wait. Other than that, you know, my body is changing every day, I feel like. I didn't know this, but apparently your uterus moves up to, you know, when you get pregnant, and then after you deliver, the uterus has to move back down to its normal spot, which is crazy. So my midwife came and she checks on me every now and then, every week I think it is, and she said the other day that my uterus is almost like back down to normal, which was crazy that my organ was up here and now it's, you know, settling. So the lower part of my stomach bulged out more because of the swelling, because of the incision, because of the weight gain, a number of different things, but every day it kind of goes down. It's never going to be flat. My stomach is never going to be just back to how it was. I think that's a complete misconception, and people have asked me as well, like, oh, I thought it just went back down, which is just, I don't know, I didn't realize that people thought that it just goes, your stomach just goes back down. I never thought that. I never expected that. My body has gone through so much and is still going through so much, and although sometimes it's hard to look in the mirror and, you know, see something different than I was used to, I've also come a long way in body acceptance and love of myself, and I'm still learning to love my new body and all the curves that it has now. But yeah, it's been difficult at times, especially my clothes don't fit. I've just finally been able to like squeeze into a pair of jeans, but you know, moving here from America, I just brought all the clothes that I had, and I was a size 0, size 2, and I'm just not really that right now, and I don't know if I'll ever get back to that, and that's okay. There's a huge urge of mine to just throw away all those clothes that don't fit, but I don't have the money to just go and get a new wardrobe right now. But yeah, that's definitely been difficult, especially when I'm going out to a restaurant or I'm trying to, you know, look nice, and all my clothes that I had previously for going out and stuff, they just don't fit anymore, or they just look strange. And yeah, that's definitely kind of hard, but I'm definitely learning to love my new body, and I'm very grateful for all that it does for me. But I'm not going to lie and say that it's great all the time, because it's just not. I have some really hard days. It's also difficult in this first month to make time for myself, and saying that I had a lot of time in pregnancy and before I got pregnant, to, you know, journal, meditate, yoga. She makes all these funny sounds when she sleeps. You know, all of that stuff, hanging out with friends, all those things, diving, exercising, those things that I really love doing. I'm not able to do them right now. I have just now, 1 month in, been able to kind of work that stuff in and make time for it. So so I journal now when I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm pumping, and I have a spare hand to journal and write down my feelings. Are you okay? But yeah, it looks different. It's not just, oh, I'll, you know, go through my day and do my yoga and do my workout and do my journaling and meditation and all of that stuff. I don't have that time anymore. I have feedings and and my baby to take care of, which is beautiful, but it is difficult. Hey, it's okay. But look at it. Yeah, that's been pretty difficult. It's also kind of difficult to find time for Ryan and I. Our relationship is still very new, and it's difficult to not have that time, or we can't have those date nights or those as much quality time because we're constantly looking after Athena, or we are just exhausted, and we don't have. It's just been full on, to say the least. Like, we have to, everyone wants to see her. We want to show her to people, and that takes up a lot of our day. We have to plan that. Every time we want to go somewhere, we have to pack a whole car full of every single thing you could think of that she might need. All these things that take a lot of adjusting and getting used to. It's worth it, but it's been difficult, and Ryan and I feel like are doing really well adjusting to the whole thing. We do have our moments, our overwhelmed moments. I had one not long ago, pretty sure it was yesterday, where it was just, we were both just like frustrated and exhausted and kind of just had a breakdown, and a little breakdown in a way, and we had to, when Athena finally went down, we had a big talk and about how important communication is and how important it is that we work as a team during this time and make time for one another and confide in in each other, because we're both going through this difficult journey. So that was really helpful to just like vent it out, and it's so easy to just say, "Oh, it's okay. Are you hungry?" She might be hungry. I might have to take a second. But yeah, how important it is to confide in one another and talk to one another about our struggles, because we are the only ones that really understand right now what it's like to raise Athena, because we are her parents, and every baby is different, and we're both going through this right now. So that's been a challenge. Just learning how to parent has been difficult. Like, I never thought that I would be a parent this young, but surprisingly it's come so naturally. It feels so right and so easy almost to hold her and pick her up and feed her and all those things. Yeah, I'm very surprised at how easy that part has felt to me personally. Yeah, that's been awesome and very reassuring that I didn't have, I was worried that I was going to feel awkward and ill-equipped to handle her, but I really don't. But I do know that I do best when I feel good myself. So it's been difficult sometimes to say no to people about hanging out, or I can't do this, because in the past I've always wanted to be like, yeah, let's go, let's hang out, let's do this, even if I've been tired. But I don't do well as a mom when I'm exhausted. So taking time, take naps throughout the day, asking Ryan for help when I need it, that has all been really important. And I'm just coming to that realization now, a month in, that I need to do that more. Hey, you want to come out and say hey? You want to pop your head out? Also, crazy thing, I think Athena's going to have blue eyes, even though I have brown eyes and Ryan has hazel eyes. I think she's going to get my dad's side of the family's eyes. They've been looking very blue, and my midwife thinks that they're going to stay blue. So that is crazy how genetics works, but she is just so precious. Kind of every time I look at her like this, she's like in a daze. Every time I look at her like this, I think, who cares about all the stresses? She's worth it. But yeah, it's definitely important to make time for myself and for my relationship with Ryan if this is ever going to be substantial and sustainable, because I want to be my best self for her. It's nice that I'm able to finally sit down and make this YouTube video, because I love making YouTube videos, and I finally felt good enough to make one. So yeah, but that's really all that kind of comes to mind right now in terms of my first month. It's been really fulfilling. It's been so difficult, but it has been worth it. It's been a crazy journey so far, and it's only been 1 month. Which is crazy. I have so much longer to go. I'm really excited about my postpartum journey in terms of my body. I've never really had a starting point. I've always been an athlete. I've always been full on. My body's been very consistent. This is the first time that I've had a change, a dramatic change, and now I can work out, and I see it as a challenge, you know, to work out and get strong again. It's this time when I work out, it's not for necessarily looks, it's for feeling strong again. I feel quite weak, and I miss that strong feeling, and I realize how much exercise means to me and my mental health, and not being able to do it like I like to has been difficult, but I'm really excited. In a couple weeks hopefully I'll be cleared. Yeah, so I think we've been doing pretty well. First time parents, first time mum, newborn cute little baby. I feel so blessed to have so much support around me as well, and honestly the best baby. I guess everyone thinks that their baby is the best baby, but I think my baby is the best baby. But we're really excited about the future and enjoying this New Zealand summer together and seeing her grow. I can't have enough moments with her. I wish I could just take up this time and put it in my pocket so I could revisit it whenever I want, because I know for a fact I'm gonna miss these little moments with her. She grows every single day, literally changes features every day. I can't keep up. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Pop any questions down in the link in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to get to them. But yeah, thank you guys.